Denver 7 On Demand is brought to you by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
Good Thursday morning. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm Molly Hendrickson.
And I'm Nicole Brady with the latest from Denver 7.
The Denver School District and the Teachers Union have struck a deal.
Yeah, it took about 20 hours of negotiations all night long before the two finally came to an agreement early this morning. As you can imagine, it was an emotional time for many teachers.
After District Superintendent Susana Cordova and Union President Henry Roman signed the dotted line ending that teacher strike, the two embraced in this hug.
We got reaction from both sides, from the superintendent and the union's chief negotiator, Rob Gould. Here are both of those interviews, starting first with Superintendent Cordova.
We're here with Susana Cordova. Wow, an exhausting night. You've come to an agreement. Tell me what happened this morning.
Sure. So, we did spend a lot of time. We started yesterday morning and have been here all day, all night. And finally this morning we got to an agreement. We signed the dotted line, and we're really excited to be able to be at a place where we are investing in our teachers in their base salaries, rewarding our teachers for working in our high priority and high poverty schools. And so really great day.
You've been watching all the picketers on street corners, a lot of passion. What do you want to say to the teachers who have gone through this?
Sure. So, first and foremost, I want to say how much I respect and admire the work that our teachers do. The passion that they showed is something that was really important to me, something that I deeply, deeply appreciate. My goal is let's work in collaboration now. Let's use that same passion on some of the big problems that we still have facing us.
So we'll go through the numbers real quickly. The starting salary, $45,800. A doctorate level, 20-year teacher, $100,000. Those are some big moves that you've decided to sign the dotted line for.
Sure, yeah. And, the vast majority of our teachers, over 70% of our teachers, earn one incentive. And so that 48.5 will actually go up to 50, something that we think is really important to be as competitive as possible in the metro region. And we know that we want to be the place where people come and stay. And so having money both in base salaries and in incentives to work in the kind of jobs like high school math or special education, where we know it's hard to find people, and in working in our highest poverty schools is really important to us.
Clearly, you've never gone through a strike.
Never have.
And now you have. Talk about the experience.
Sure. Yeah, it's a really, really challenging experience. It's challenging for everybody. It was, probably most challenging for our students. And so I'm really glad to be at a point now where we can put this behind us, where we can start looking forward. There was so much collaboration to get to the point where we were signing this agreement this morning. And so I'm really looking forward to being able to continue that work together with our teachers.
So, I think what really made the difference was yesterday. We started to kind of see the light at the end, and so we really made some bold moves in the evening, and then throughout the night, the mediator kind of went back and forth between us, and we were able to iron out the details, in terms of the ideas and listening to the concepts that we had with each other. So that's what made the difference, I think, was the big moves we made yesterday, and we were able to get to a place where we could find that common ground.
So clearly there's a lot of verbiage. For the average Joe, what are the big bullet points that are successful with this?
Yeah, so really I think with this agreement we have a fair and transparent salary schedule that is comparable to other districts, and as you look at it, you can figure out exactly what you're being paid, which is important to teachers. We couldn't do that with our previous system. So it's a big win today for not just teachers but for their students, because the system that we had before was really, it was so frustrating to teachers that they would often just leave. They could go to another district and they could make anywhere from $7,000 to $13,000 more. And we've really worked to fix that problem, and I think we've done a great. We're going to still need to continue to do that over the next few years, and we did that in the out years. So we're in a really good place for the next few years to not only recruit but retain our experienced teachers for our students.
So explain that. So it goes through 2022. What happens in 2022 or 2023?
So we negotiate again. And so we have a 3-year agreement. Over the next 3 years, we do really plan on working with the district on several of these issues, right? We want to continue to work with the district on priority schools to really identify not just does the incentive work in those schools? But really, what do we need to keep teachers in those schools? So, is it a smaller class size issue? Is it a smaller caseload size for some of our special students providers? What kind of, not just discipline, but what are the supports needed for students those positive behavior supports that we need? Addition to that, what kind of leaderships, what kind of leaders do we need in those schools, and are there any mechanisms within that may be driving teachers away from those schools now that we can make sure and retain them here?
How do you think the superintendent handled this whole situation?
Well, she in the end, I think she did the right thing. And she moved where she needed to move, and it allowed us to be able to move where we needed to move. And so, in the end, I think she did a great job. We look forward to continuing our momentum.
We are looking at a windy start to the day. Winds up and through the foothills and mountains upwards of about 30 to even 70 miles per hour this morning. Down across the plains, it's fairly calm, right around 5 to 15. But take a look at Futurecast. It won't be as windy in the mountains later today, but that snow is going to continue, so there will still be some areas of blowing snow if you're heading up into the mountains. Here in town, low to mid 50s this afternoon. We'll be under a mostly sunny sky to start, increasing clouds, partly sunny later today, and then overnight tonight there will be a chance for a little rain and snow, a light mix into early Friday morning. I think for the most part it's likely just going to make for some wet roads on the drive tomorrow morning. Things will then clear out and we'll see some sunshine tomorrow afternoon. We'll be in the 50s again tomorrow before we see more of a cool down this weekend. Friday 53, early flurries and then clearing. Saturday we're in the low 40s and then close to freezing on Sunday with a chance for some snow. So quite a bit colder, you guys, into the first of next week. 20s on Monday. We're going from 50s today to single-digit lows by next Tuesday.
Let's just focus on today. It's going to be beautiful. All right, thanks, Lisa. This has been your Denver 7 On-Demand Update. Thanks for joining us.
Check back here later today for another update and download the Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts.